Hi there. We started our unit on transformations today, and we looked at translations. Reflections and rotations will be next time. A translation is when we take a shape and we slide it around our coordinate plane according to a set distance and a set direction. And each point is going to move that distance and that direction. That way we maintain the congruency, or we maintain the size of the shape. This triangle is not going to get any bigger or smaller as I translate it. And once I've translated it, those two shapes will be congruent. Okay, so we have here our triangle GTB, and we're going to be translating it 5 units right and 1 unit up. Okay, and so then that's literally what I'm going to do. I'm going to take each of these points and move it 5 right and 1 up. So I'm going to start with G here, and I'm going to go 5 right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 up. And now that we've reached that new destination, this point, we're still going to call it G because it came from G, but we're going to tack onto it a little prime. That shows that this point is the image of this point. The G prime is the image of G. G is called the pre-image. Right, or this triangle is the pre-image. The triangle we're going to create is called the image of the pre-image. Okay, and so then T, we're going to do the same thing. 5 units right, 1 unit up. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 1, and I call that T prime. B, same thing. 5 right, 1 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 1. Now, one thing you want to make sure you're careful of, because we saw it a couple of times today, make sure that you don't count B as 1. We aren't doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're counting away from B, 5 right from B. And so then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Think about when you measure something, right? When you measure something, you stick a ruler alongside it. You don't start at 1, you start at 0. 1 is away from that point, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Just making sure you're aware of that. And then we go ahead and connect the points. And we have our new triangle of congruent, right? The two are congruent. It's equal size. And that's how you do a translation. Okay, so we're going to do one more just to make sure, and the last 4 are yours. So this one we're going 1 left and 2 up. So we go 1 left and 2 up, and that point is called Y prime. 1 left and 2 up. This is G prime. 1 left and 2 up. This is M prime. And we connect them. Okay, then on the back, we wrote our rules in coordinate notation. In coordinate form as opposed to vector form. When you look in your book, they'll use vector form at times. We're going to use coordinate. And coordinate form means that we still have our X and our Y, but something's going to happen to the X or the Y potentially, right? Something's going to make us move. Okay, so when I look at number 7 here, I need to say, well, how do I get from my pre-image to my image? My pre-image is the one without the prime. My image is the one with the prime. I want to know, how did I get from without the prime to the prime? How do I get from the pre-image to the image? Well, when I'm looking here at Z and getting to Z prime, I notice that I went down 1. So I'll go ahead and write down 1. And I went right 2. And those 2 directions and distances are going to form part of my rule. So down 1, when you're thinking about up or down, that's your y-axis, right? If we're going up, we're going positive y's. If we're going down, we're going negative y's. And so this down 1 is impacting my y. And since I'm going down, which is negative, I'm going to be subtracting 1, right? So we have minus 1. Right and left is an X movement, right, along my X-axis here. And so when I'm going right 2, that's happening to my X, And since I'm going right, which is going towards the positive x's, I'm going to do plus 2. And that is my rule in coordinate notation. Okay. Let's go ahead and do one more here, number 8. Number 8, again, going from the no prime to the prime, from the pre-image to the image. So going from v to v prime, I notice I went left 1 and up 1. Well, again, right and left are x values, so this is going to be the x part of my coordinate. Since I'm going left, which goes to the negative x's, I'm going to do minus 1. Up and down are my y's. I'm going up, which goes towards the positive, so I'm going to add 1. And so that's going to be my coordinate notation, x minus 1, y plus 1. And there's my answer.